Hi everyone, I'm Jenna Crafts. Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, we are doing a tutorial today. It's been a long time since I've done a tutorial, and this is how I connect all of my granny squares. So I just did an example granny square, just like 2 rows, very basic. So all you need is a darning needle. This is my bent one that I definitely need a new one of, and you need some yarn to sew it in and some scissors. So how I like to do my granny squares, I'm just gonna go a little closer here. There we go. How I like to do my granny squares, especially if I know I'm gonna be doing 4 like a square like this, I like to do these 2 at a time first. So I'm just gonna show you how I do that. So I like to go into the first stitch right here. Make sure your stitches are completely lined up. Have enough slack here. And just like that, you want to leave in the very last. Like, you want to leave enough yarn just so you can sew it in. So now I'm going to go into the next set of stitches here, right here. 1, 2. And just pull just like that. Again, 1. This is going to be a little difficult because it's a little small. This is where I did my slip stitch. Sorry for the noise, it is thundering outside. Okay, come on. Okay, so you're going to keep going. Until you reach all the way to the end here, and I'll show you what to do after. All right, so I've reached to the end, and once again, I've reached to the last stitch right here. Again, right here. And now you're just going to sew in the ends. There we go. Ah. And now the other side. There we go. And now we have two connected granny squares, just like that. So now you're going to do the same thing on this side. You're going to connect these 2, and then I'll show you what to do when we start connecting going this way. Okay, so I have both of them sewed up together just like this. So now what you want to do is that I like to turn my work just like that because it really doesn't matter. You're going in a square anyway, so I like to sew it this way. And now when we get to this middle section is where it's gonna get a little tricky. So once again, you're just going to sew this section, and then when we get to the middle part, I'll be right with you. All right, so we finally made it to the middle section. So now what you're going to do is that, again, the next stitch over, you're going to sew in like normal, like we always do at the end of the row. And now once again, there's another little stitch right here. You're going to stitch up. Same thing on the other side. Okay, so now for the middle part, I like to just go in between a stitch from here and go in here like this. And now grab, see how there's chain 2 here? Grab one from the bottom. And then grab this one. You're gonna sew in. There we go. And then we're just doing this like normal. 1, 2. And that's pretty much it. Like, how do you do the middle section? And now you're just going to sew in, line it up like normal. See, it's a little hard when you sew in the ends. Like, when you're doing the slip stitch, it's a little difficult. As long as you line up the stitches, it should be even. And boom, we have four corners. 4 squares, I should say. Sew it in together. Sew in the ends. This is literally just an example. I know it doesn't look great, but you know, I know the squares don't look the greatest, but you know, this is just an example. And there we go. We are all done. We are now all done. So now, obviously, when there's more squares, it's going to look better. Like, it's going to look a lot better with more squares here. But with the 4, it still looks a little bit wonky because I don't block my granny squares. A lot of people do, but I don't really care for it. It's just, I don't really care, honestly. I mean, one day maybe I'll try it, but who knows. But anyway, this is how I join my, just know that this is how I join my granny squares. And I know there's other techniques, but this is just how I like to do it. So thank you all so much for watching my video. I really appreciate it. And I hope you all have a great day. Bye!